Okay, we did. I'm not going to go through everything again. We proved it isosceles, and we showed that point D was 0, -4 by showing the slope of AB would match the slope of CD. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or not. Try that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. So here's point D, and now we have to prove ABCD is a square. All right. Yes.
What would you do to show work for that?
For what, the point?
Yeah.
There's no work needed. It doesn't say explain or justify, so. Okay, so as long as nothing's there, we don't have to justify anything or explain it. All right, now prove it's a square. Couple different options that we have. All right, I don't want you to study all the options. I need you as an individual person here taking the Regents exam saying, if they ask me to prove a square, this is how I'm doing it. If they ask me to prove a rhombus, this is how I'm doing it. So first thing here, how are we going to get to a square? First thing you could have done, I'm going to give you two options and we're going to pick away. Maybe. There we go. Okay, my first option. I could do this. Prove all sides congruent. That makes it a what, though? Not a square yet. We're not done. That makes it a what? A rhombus. So the first thing you could do is show it's a rhombus. Then it has one right angle. That makes it into a square. All right, so we could do that. The other way, maybe you don't feel comfortable doing it that way. The other way I could prove it a square is, instead of proving it a rhombus first, do this. What's this? What's this right now? If I show all four right angles, that's a rectangle. Then you're going to have to show not all four sides, just two consecutive sides congruent. Then you'll have a square. Okay, so that's how I get to a square. Rhombus first, a rectangle, and then a little extra to it. All right, let's go. Class decision. How many people want to do rhombus first? Rhombus first. All right, looks like we're doing rhombus first. All right, let's go. You guys see how we're going to, I just showed you, that's how we're going to do a rhombus. Prove all four sides are congruent. What am I going to need to do that? Let's start it off right today. 12. How am I going to show all four sides congruent? Distance formula, yes. Or I could do Pythagorean theorem. And I keep saying use Pythagorean theorem. Do you guys even know what the heck I'm talking about? Instead of distance formula. What I'm saying is take all four sides and make them hypotenuses or hypoteni, whatever, of right triangles. So if I'm going to find the distance of AB using Pythagorean theorem, see that right triangle I just made? A squared plus B squared equals side BA squared. All right? Yes, Mahmoud.
How did you find D again?
How did I find D? All right. I knew in a square, opposite sides are parallel. So I knew that side AB was going to be has to be parallel to side CD. So what I did rise over run, up 1 over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I did that from C. Down 1 over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I knew the slopes had to match. Okay? All right. I think, yes, Jonah.
If you're using Pythagorean theorem, do you even need to solve the equations? So you know that.
What equations are you talking about? There are no equations to solve up here.
Oh, no, like when you're writing it, like 1 squared plus 6 squared equals.
Yeah, in step 1, I need to see Pythagorean theorem then.
Yeah, but like, could you just leave it as 1 squared plus 6 squared, since all of them are going to be 1 squared plus 6 squared?
You got to write them all then.
Yeah.
You can't. Here's the thing. You just can't show AB and then assume the rest are equal. That's why we're asking you to prove it. Can you just say 1 squared plus 6 squared? That's not true, though. You got to show square root of that. That's not true. That's true. But then you also have to know, all right, AD is the same. DC is the same. BC is the same. Okay, you know it's gonna. All of us know that it's gonna come out to all be equal, but you got to prove to me that they're equal by showing me those numbers. All right. All right. So we're gonna show distance formula here, or Pythag, whatever your preference is. So I'm gonna start with AB. Distance formula, not given to you, x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. Some of you guys are figuring out why they give you a whole page to do this, right? All right, plug it in for me. AB equals, let's see, my numbers are at the top. AB, -5 minus 1, those are the x coordinates, plus 3 minus 2 squared. Tammy.
If we already showed that equation up top,
that's right, we did, right? Because we did our, yes, then you could just transfer it down. We don't need to do it again. Thank you for reminding me of that. What was that, guys? Square root of 37? All right, yes, Tammy made a good point. I forgot from yesterday, but yeah, if you already did it in a previous part, just transfer it down. And we also did that for what? AB and BC, right? All right, so BC, square root of 37 from up above. So basically, I'm going to have to show CD and AD. And I guess you'll know pretty quick if you didn't get the point D right, correct? And keep in mind, all this is being done in pen during the day of the Regents. All this is being done, unless you want to do it in pencil, then go over at pen at the end. Okay, so we do all the distance formulas. Second, remember, you're treating this like a proof, except without the statement's reasons. So statement number 2 here, what did you just learn? By doing all these distances, what did we just learn here? 23, what did we just learn? What are congruent? All sides. So I need to say AB, congruent to AD, congruent to DC, congruent to BC. And just like in a statement's reasons, you write the statement, you write a reason for it. Because, how do you know all 4 are congruent? Here we go, 6. All distances are equal. Done. Not square yet, but what can we say? It's not a square yet, but at least it's a, let's tell everybody, 16, what do I have right now? Rhombus. ABCD is a rhombus. And what's your reason why? How do we know this is a rhombus right up here? 14. Don't have one, I know. 18. Good. You can say quadrilateral. You can leave it out because all sides are congruent. There's not another quadrilateral that exists where all 4 sides are congruent. And it's something else other than a rhombus. All right, next up. We showed it's a rhombus. Now show me it's got one right angle. Somewhere up here, A, B, C, D, you choose, because they're all going to be right angles, but you choose which one are you going to prove the right angle. So make a decision quick here. Which one do we want to prove is a right angle? 22, which one? Angle C. All right, we're going to do angle C is a right angle, everyone. What formula am I going to need to show there's a right angle there? Here we go. Next up, 23. What formula to show right angle? Slopes. Yes, I need slopes. So everyone's right now is going to help me find the slope of BC and the slope of CD, the one right next to it. Two ways you could do it. Slope formula or rise over run. You choose. You choose. Slope formula, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, or rise over run. I'll ask what it is here in a second for BC and CD. And hopefully there's some kind of relationship between them, which there should be if I need a right angle. Any of the slopes you found, let me know when you get it. 16, let me know when you find a slope. 6, positive 6, good. Up 6 over 1. Find CD's slope, let me know when you get it. 10, let me know when you get it. Negative 1, 6. Notice anything about those that should happen? What do I notice about those two slopes? What's the relationship? 23? Okay, that's a fine term too. We use negative reciprocals, but you get credit for opposite reciprocals too. So CD, perpendicular to BC, because slopes are negative reciprocals. I'm hoping that all this is organized and neat. I don't grade your darn Regents. I won't see it. I can't help you. I can't fight for you. If whoever's looking at this just sees a disaster, probably already off on a bad foot as far as what grade you're going to get for this, how many points you're going to get. Lauren, go.
Are you going to get points off if you spell reciprocal wrong?
No, that's not, no. You remember, you can use any abbreviations we've used in class this year. You start making up your own hieroglyphics, I can't help you. Okay? You know, you want to write CSSTP, and one of the teachers is like, hey, what's the deal with CSSTP? I'm standing up and be like, that's how we rolled in my class. Deal with it. Okay? But anything else, I'm like, I don't even know who that student is. All right? Won't even claim you as one of mine. But I'll go to bat for you if you do what you need to do. Slopes are negative reciprocals, so what do I know about angle C now? Angle C is a right angle because perpendicular lines form right angles, right? And now we have a what? You just proved a right angle. What do I have now? This is a square, right? ABCD is a square. I'm going to look for somebody, though, to give me a nice Y. It's a square because 3. Got anything for me, Eva? Go ahead.
Because it's a rhombus with one right angle.
Perfect. Because it's a rhombus with one right angle. Only other adjustment or a new way to do this that I can see, if you wanted to leave out this step right here and not say it's a rhombus at all, but in your reason, when you said it was a square, saying it was because it's a square because all 4 sides are congruent and it has a right angle, that would have been fine too. Okay, so rhombus not needed, but a more detailed reason for the square would have been that. How's everyone feel, all right? We good? Questions, comments, concerns? All right. Last night on August 2019, I asked you guys what the parts 2 and 3, correct? Anything on the parts 2 and 3 that you want to take a peek at right now? Parts 2 and 3. Because today, you're going to start doing some multiple choice on your own or with some other people. We got to break apart. You and I got to break apart here. I can't hold your hand anymore. Anything on the parts 2 and 3? Because we're done with this exam. Well, I'm done in class with this exam. Charlotte.
I'm 29. Like,
Oh, hold on. Let me get there. Relax. Yep, this question came up. Second period. Go ahead.
like, do you have to explain that it's an equal like, do you have to say why?
Yeah.
Okay, why?
Okay. I don't need anything crazy or mathematical. Easiest thing I would do, ABC is equilateral because when I opened up my compass to AB, it was the same measure as AC and CB, making them congruent. And it's like, I don't need anything great. Just say, hey, I opened up my compass to AB. It was the same length as BC and CA, so all three sides are congruent, making it equilateral. And then you go from there. Yep, perfect. Anything else? Okay, here's what we're going to do now. You guys have, let's see, 25 minutes. Yep. I am going to give you 17 of those minutes to try some multiple choice out. Get your cold hard fact sheet right next to you. Because you're going to have to look some stuff up that you probably don't remember. And I don't want you just giving up on the problems. Open up the Chromebooks. June 2019. Ready to roll. Or if you printed it out, great. June 2019, ready to go. I'm going to give you a set number of multiple choice to see how you can do. And look, you want to move around, work with other people on it, I'm fine with that. You want to try some on your own to see what you can do on your own right now, I'm fine with that too. All right, but we're not giving up on these multiple choice. All right, I'll give you guys a couple more minutes here to download it, get ready to roll. So about 150-ish, 151, 152, we'll come back together. All right, you're doing the following for me. Number 2, 4, 2, 4, 13, 18. And 23 and 24, the last two. So again, 23 and 24, 13, 18, 2, 4. All right, I'll meet you back in a little bit. See how we did. Do not look at the answer key. See what you can do on your own here. We'll go over the answers together. Let's see what you can do on your own. Use your cold hard fact sheet. Maybe right away. All right, which county? Here we go, 19. Oh, son of a gun. 1. Niagara County, by far. All right, Niagara County. Any issues? All right, here we go. Number 4. All these rules, if you didn't look, all these rules are in your cold hard fact sheet. All right, I just took a peek over there with Eva's. There they are right there. Here are all the reflections. Here are all the rotations. All right, so they're in there. All right, they're in there. Reflection over the line, y equals x. What do you do with the coordinates? Y equals x. What should I be doing with the coordinates? 14, yep, great job. 17, y equals x. What happens to the coordinates? Lowercase r, y equals x.
You switch the coordinates.
Just flip them. So if you guys take a look here, 4, 3 should have went to 3, 4. I don't see a 3, 4 on this, do you? There's no other point that's at 3, 4, so it couldn't have been a reflection over y equals x. What happens with y equals negative x? What's the rule? 24? More than that. Flip and negate. So 4, 3 would have went to negative 3, negative 4. I don't see M, H, or T at negative 3, negative 4. Go on. All right, with rotations, can you memorize the rule? Sure, you can, but you can also turn your paper day of exam that way. How do I know it's not going to be a rotation of 90? Well, if I take point T right now, 2, -3, and I rotate at 90 degrees, it's still going to be some combination of a 2 and a 3. Maybe switched, maybe negated, I don't know. But you know what I do know? It's not going to have a 4. It's not going to change to a 4. Everyone agree? So there's no way I rotate that 90 degrees because the 2 changes to a 4. No shot. It's going to stay a 2, maybe flip with the 3, but definitely not change to a 4. So I'm left with a rotation of 180 degrees. 2, -3 goes to -2, 3. And again, remember, you can rotate your paper the day of. Not your Chromebooks now, but your paper. All right, moving on. Circle fact. When two chords intersect, EM is 8, RM is 15. What could have been the possible lengths of JM and TM? Just got to know the fact. When 2 chords intersect, there's something I always know about their lengths. 24, get to that one, Mahmood. 3, good job. When they intersect, their products, 15 times 8, are equal. JM times MT. The products are equal of their segments. So 15 times 8, I just had to figure out which multiple choice multiplied to 15 and 8. Great job, Mahmood. 18, probably would have helped with the diagram. Here's what the diagram, circle O is my center. Boom, boom. Secants intersect twice. I heard that question asked. Angle P on the outside. And then what I have here, ABP and CDP. 34 right here and 72. Angle P, inside or outside the circle? Inside or outside? 22, inside or outside? Outside. Our discussion's over, Quan. How do I find any angle located on the outside of a circle? I subtract them. AC minus BD, and I got one little thing after I subtract them. Divide by 2, or we multiplied by a half. There you go. There's my rule. So 72 minus 34, take half of it. What is angle P? Ho, 4. 19 degrees. Circle fact. Circle fact. Next. Oh, this one was a beast. Good thing I got 5 minutes. All right, this is equilateral. Remember that at the end of this problem, I said that it's equilateral. EF, 2x plus 8, AB, 7x minus 2, and last important piece, E and F are midpoints. What do I call that then? If I connect 2 midpoints of 2 sides of a triangle, that is called a blank. Connect them, it's called a 14. Yep, high five, great job. 5. Mid segment. Mid segment, when I connect the midpoints of 2 sides. There's one big fact you should know about a mid segment. EF is equal to half of its third side AB here. All right, EF, mid segment is equal to half the third side. So for us, hopefully you didn't do this, because I'm sure the answer would be there. A lot of kids are going to do that, and they're going to put the answer there, of course. Adjust it for me, please. Adjust it so it is correct. There's 2 things you could do. 20, can you adjust this so it is correct?
Multiply the left side, and that turns to 4x.
Multiply it by what?
By 2.
Thank you, Jonathan. Yep, you can multiply that by 2. Good job. Okay, multiply it by 2, or the 7x minus 2 by a half. What did we get? Anybody quick? X here was what? 6? Okay, so it was 6. The question was, what's the perimeter of this trapezoid? All right, so plug in 6, I get 20. Plug in 6, I should get 40, which I should, right? According to the rule. What about the other 2 sides? What about the other 2 sides up here? I need the other 2 for the perimeter. 7, go way back to the beginning, Avery. What do we say about this triangle? And what do you know about the sides of an equilateral triangle? They're congruent. So this right here is 40, and this right here is 40. but I need to know EA and FB. You take over now. 6. How can I find EA and FB now? What? Divide by 2, they're midpoints. So 20, 20, the perimeter, 20, 20, 20, plus 40. Let's all hope this isn't the only time you see this on your Regents exam, is right now, 100. Right? Hopefully we see that again, if some of you are picking up my drift, huh? Let's hope it has 2 zeros and not 1. That's 5 multiple choice if you're wondering. Can you get that? Which one's not sufficient to prove a square? Not sufficient. Okay, look at example 1. Diagonals are congruent. Anybody know what figure I'm talking about if the diagonals are congruent? Diagonals are congruent in a rectangle. Where are they perpendicular? Rhombus. So I'm giving you a property of a rectangle and a rhombus, and then from our proof, that equals a square. So basically what we're saying is, which one of these choices just gives us a rectangle's properties or just gives us a rhombus properties? Because if they give us one of each, I combine them to make a square. There's one other choice in 2, 3, and 4 that only gives us rhombus or rectangle properties only. And remember, it's already a parallelogram. So which one of the 3 right here are just giving me rhombus only or rectangle? Let's finish this off. Meg, got anything? Which choice is just giving us rhombus or rectangle properties?
4.
Okay, diagonals are perpendicular. That is a diagonals are perpendicular in a rhombus. A pair of adjacent sides are perpendicular. What do perpendicular lines form? So this figure has right angles, which means it's a rectangle, right? All right, so I got both there. So that's going to form a square. Where are diagonals perpendicular? Rhombus. Where do you have adjacent sides all congruent to each other? All sides next to each other are congruent. Well, we're trying to prove it's a square. Rhombus as well. So it's choice 3 up here. Right? Multiple choice tonight if you're looking for stuff to do there. Multiple choice tonight. Finish the multiple choice. Okay, finish the multiple choice. I'll take your questions tomorrow. I cannot help you practice. That's on your own. You got to look in the mirror in a couple weeks